What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today, I'll be doing a Patreon request for both Jason and Garvin, the return of Xenoblade Chronicles. This is the first one, I believe, and the song is called Gaur Plains, or Gaur Plain, and this is composed by Ace Plus. It's been a while since I've done Xenoblade, and I'm a really big fan of, this game's music. It's very energetic. It's got a lot of violins. I can almost guarantee there's gonna be violins in this. But based on the name of it, Gaur Plain, I'm guessing this is more of like an overworld type theme, but we'll see. Anyways, let's go. It's been a while. Xenoblade Chronicles. Gaur Plain. I love the groove that we're in already. A tambourine? This is a very, I don't want to talk too much, but this is a very sexy groove. You know what I mean? Like, almost like a Spanish rhythm. Like, listen to that. Like, literally listen to every instrument. It sounds so clean. Especially the drums. Clap rhythms? Speaking of Spanish. Oh, I hear those strings in the background too. Damn, dude. The rhythm. Little cymbal. There it is. A little arpeggio run. Oh man, dude, like, listen, This is a perfect, clear-cut example of less is more. It's just so simple. Some might even call it plain, and that's not even a pun on the name. I have three. I wrote down three things. That's how. You have to understand, music like this is just kind of, in a way, it's like almost not meant to impress. You know, I feel like composers usually save their big skills, their tool set for like the boss fights, the big iconic events, obviously story wise or anything like that. But the kind of like otherworldly stuff, which is just as important, obviously it's going to be a little more mellow or something, depending on the game. It's just a common theme I've noticed. I think most people have noticed that too. But with this one, you know, I really did feel kind of like I'm really picturing the title, Gaur Plains. A plain is just pretty much what this image looks like. I was pretty much imagining myself walking through this almost identical scenery in my head with maybe a little bit of mountain range. Not a huge monster in the back or whatever that is. But, you know, just nature, chillin', sun, and I don't know, maybe it's because I've been walking a lot lately and I've just been like kind of like in touch with nature and all that, but I really feel like this would be just one of those good songs to just kind of like breathe to. So it felt very open and, well, breathable. This song had a huge emphasis on percussion, which is interesting because, like I said, less is more, but the thing that kept happening and evolving more and more was the percussion. It started with like this tambourine sounding instrument, and then we went into this really amazing groove that was there the whole time. The snare was tuned really, really nice. And then later on we went into like this kind of clapping rhythm, which kind of is resembling flamenco stuff a little bit for some reason. And there was something else too, but then there was like that little drum break later on. So there was a lot of percussion stuff. There was a lot of little knickknacks, and you know, it was just really groovy. But also, the one thing I did not mention at all, because I was waiting to talk about it here, was the bass. I think it's kind of clear that I love all instruments, but the bass is, I don't know. In this case, now that I think about it, I wonder if... No, that wasn't a stand-up bass. That was an electric bass for sure. It had to have been. But it had the feeling of a stand-up double bass, you know, like the big ones that boom, boom, boom. Because it had that kind of walking sort of bass rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. It's kind of reminiscent of... For the most part, I've noticed that the bass either... Well, I guess I can do three things most of the time. They can do their own thing. So it sounds like it's another whole entity in the background of a song. They could usually follow a rhythm of something, like in this case, string sections or guitar is another song, and play like the identical thing that they're playing. Or in this one, which is more in line with following what the drummer's doing. So when the drums and the bass are like in, like not unison, but like the chemistry, it makes for this immediate like flavor that like we grab onto and we just kind of like want to move. It's kind of one of those things that like you show this song to someone without you even like telling what it is or anything. You're just like, hey, listen to this really quick. Probably within a couple seconds they're gonna be like, you know what I mean? Just like subconsciously, like they're just grooving along to it. That's like the magic of it. It's like it's so simple, but it works every time. It's just like a human reaction that we get. It just happens that this soundtrack is so well done, so everything cuts through. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like there's a lot of balance in the mix. Nothing is overbearing. The bass isn't super loud. It's not also turned down a lot. The drums aren't louder. The violins aren't overbearing. Everything sounds like they're just together. And it has a very, you know, I think Xenoblade is one of the best at that, actually, is their use of, I guess, non-traditional instruments, and the fact that it just sounds so good. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It just sounds really well done. Like, it's it was properly, all the ingredients were there. It was properly cooked, perfect temperature, and then, you know, this experience on this plate. That's what I get from Xenoblade. It's quite impressive, and you know they can go super hard, they can go faster. I've heard much faster than this. I've heard calm, but it's just nice that the palette is that wide with Xenoblade. It's pretty impressive. You know, every single time has been a good delivery. You know, I've had a song from Xenoblade that's in like my top 10 of songs that I've heard on this channel, and each time it's just, I don't know, I really feel like they can't go wrong. I'm willing to even go to, little, you guys can tell me, but I'm willing to go as far as say I don't think there's any bad music in Xenoblade. If there is, let me know. I'd be very curious as to what that would sound like. I would feel like they would have to intentionally try to harm your ears, but I don't think that's the case. So if there is a bad song in Xenoblade Chronicles, not one you maybe don't like, but like a bad song, if there's a bad song, please let me know, but I doubt it. So yeah. Ace Plus always delivers. I love everything I've heard from the series, both 1, 2, 3. I've heard the other one, what is it, X, I believe. I don't know how the games are. No one really talks about the games, as far as I know. But they do talk about the music. So, alas, Xenoblade fans, I am with you. I'm one of you now. I'm a fan. If you want to make a request to me, just like Jason and Garvin did, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine. If you do not mind waiting, the waiting list is quite large. I'm sorry, I'm only one person and I have a lot on my plate. But if you do not want to wait, there is the platinum tier, which I provide, and a big shout out to the people that support me doing that. That is Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Turn Arclight, Kalinin, Garlane, DJ Singletone, and Moon Knight. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone else who supported me. And until next time, dudes and dudettes, there's still more Xenoblade coming up. Don't worry, there's a lot. There's a lot, and soon. So, Happy New Year, whatever, all that good stuff. Take care of yourself. Peace.